Okay, we are back at it like a motherfucking crack addict. So, when I started smoking, after stopping, it was about 3 or 4 months that I stopped smoking. When I started smoking again, it sucked. It really sucked. I because I'm not. I stopped smoking, obviously. Um, but when I started, it really sucked. Like there was nothing there. Like there was nothing. Like it was the most. It's just my. It was because I knew that my vibration had dropped, and I knew that I was. I got some food cooking. I could smell it. Um, and I knew that I was no longer connected in the ways that I thought. Now I will say this: the initial, like the first going back to it, was a really a really intense experience, because it was almost like I had a trip again. So that was dope. I think it would be dope if I smoked maybe once every 3 months. Cool. But the thing is, I'm not willing to trade off my dreams, my visions, um, and my clarity for weed. If there's nothing if I'm not gaining anything from it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need it. I don't need it for anything at this point. It served its purpose. So and so that's why I quit. And I remember I ran out of fucking weed, and I really, when I was smoking, it was only about a month, and I felt lost. I felt lost. Like I felt like I went backwards. I felt like gained all of this clarity and understanding, and I had I was connected to source energy based on how much I grew, and how much my frequency, or where I was vibrating at. So to lose that was like tragic. It really was tragic. So I don't recommend it if you're someone who initially used marijuana, for spiritual reasons, and then you stopped, and you grew and you developed and you learned way more. There's no reason really to go back. I'm just gonna keep it 100. There's not, you know, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with marijuana. I'm gonna say that now, but just be aware it will drop your frequency. So I wouldn't try to do it kind of really frequently. Maybe every few months, or recreationally if you're hanging out with someone. You know, cool, but it ain't gonna do anything for you spiritually. It's not. It'll help you have a good time, woohoo. But not even that. Really. No, not really. Um, but yeah, not just that. Let me also say a story. When I started smoking, I also went to do. I got a tarot reading. Tarot reading. So that was very interesting. And remember what I was saying previously about marijuana making me more accepting of things that maybe I know are not true. That definitely happened at my tarot reading, um, because I remember the cards that I was receiving, and I remember seeing them and being like, okay, in my head, I was like, I know what I need to do. I'm a very quiet person. Um, So I don't always talk about everything that I'm feeling in the moment, but in my head I was like, okay, I know exactly what this is telling me. I know exactly what I need to do, and it's what I'm doing now. Um, but it took me a month to get here, so it was a delay because I listened to what do they call it? The card reader, my tarot reader. because I was listening to their interpretation of the cards. Now the thing is that they gave me one interpretation initially, and then after a while, they wound up like shifting the cards and changing the meaning from what they initially said. And I remember sitting there and I was thinking, this doesn't feel right. You know, it sounds like you are, and this is somebody that I know. It sounds like you're trying to get me to do something that you want me to do. It sounds like you're trying to get me to be somebody that you want me to be, not what these cards actually say. Which is, I mean, it's nobody's responsibility but mine to interpret whatever, you know, is presented to me by the universe. And same for anybody. If you're going to get a tarot reading, don't listen to what they're telling you, man. Especially if you know the truth and if your intuition is speaking to you, don't do that, because I did it, and that was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. Because I did the exact opposite of what I needed to do. Or maybe I didn't do the opposite. Maybe I did what I was supposed to do. I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, just be careful with that shit, man. I remember walking out of that tarot reading, and I remember just walking on the street and there was this broken tree just randomly that was not broken before I had the fucking reading. And it wasn't like it was thundering or storming or no shit. It wasn't super windy. I'm like, what the fuck? This tree just broke out of nowhere? I was like, what the hell? You know? So I knew that was my message, just saying, like, that was my cue to, like, yo, Amani, you need to listen to what your inner voice is saying, what your intuition is saying. But I didn't. So that was unfortunate. But that's also another reason why I will not be smoking again or using marijuana, because it makes me just a little bit too comfortable, and it suppresses my intuition far, far too much, and I'm not comfortable with that. I don't want that. I don't like that. It's not what I've done all this work for, so there's no sense in me going backwards. With that being said, this is my final video. I'm going to be uploading all of these today. I wanted them to be separate because I knew that it was going to be if I did one video, it was going to be just super, super long, and I don't know where exactly where people are on their journey. So some people might just be currently thinking about using marijuana to start their spiritual journey, while others may be thinking about stopping the use of marijuana on their spiritual journey, and other people may be thinking, maybe I want to start using it again. So I'm just giving my perspective on what I have experienced with it. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning into these videos. If you watched all three, I really appreciate that. Yeah. So like I said in the first video, if you watched that one, if you haven't, I mean, I feel like you should just, I feel like anybody should watch all of them, just, you know, because I go into detail about a lot of things. It's not just about marijuana. It's really about the full journey. Not in great detail, of course, because obviously I'll go into detail about shadow work, and I'll go into detail about my visions and you know, things like that, and angel numbers. But I just want to kind of keep it at the base level right now. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yes. So, in the first video, I mentioned that I will be sleeping on my back tonight. So I'll probably have a video on that tomorrow, depending on what happens. If nothing happens, I may not. I mean, I guess I'll still update you. I don't know. I don't really plan the videos until the idea comes into my head. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna record tomorrow. Um, but yeah, hopefully I have an interesting spiritual experience with that. Um, I won't lie. Like I don't know what to expect because, like I said, I don't look things up. Um, so I don't really know what astral projection is really like. I just kind of have a rough idea. Um, so I don't know. And my dreams have been really vivid. So I have no doubt in my mind that this is gonna be an amazing spiritual experience for me. So I'm really, really excited to do this. And I'm gonna lie, man, I'm excited. So I'm excited because also too I'm gonna be facing my fears, you know, and I love doing that. I love facing my fears and just knocking it down because if I have a super super dope experience, like then that means that first of all I'll get some good sleep finally, um, and that means that um, my sleep tomorrow and forevermore, and the way that I sleep and the way that I get my information will forever be changed. So something so simple can be life changing, and that's super super exciting. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Um, if you watched all three of the videos, fist bump to you. Um, we do fist bumps. We don't do high fives because we don't want to transfer that. We don't want to transfer that energy. I'm serious. People, I didn't notice it, or I didn't know why I used to do that. But people would like come to give me a high five, and I would always just fist bump them. Um, I don't want your energy, good or bad. You hold on to that. You keep that in your pocket. Put it in your pocket, put it in your pocket, put it in your back pocket, put it in your pocket, in your pocket, in your back pocket. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, so I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And um, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I can't really say nothing, but thank you. If you decide to subscribe, shout out to you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Please, please, please leave comments about your experience. I know I didn't say that in the other videos. Hopefully this is the shortest one, and I don't know, but please, please, please leave comments about your experience because I really want to know. Um, that's the whole reason that I'm really doing this is for so long, like I don't. Sometimes you feel like you're alone. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't want you guys to feel like you're alone through whatever you're going through. So even if your experience isn't exactly mine in either of the three videos, still, you know, talk about it because if there's someone else in the comment or if someone else reads your comment and they relate to your experience, then that'll help them to not feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm just going through this by myself and nobody understands. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying, like I'm really focused on this channel because I feel like you don't see, or I haven't really seen a lot of African American men um, that talk about their spirituality, you know, and it's because I feel like in our community, it's really shunned. Like my dad never spoke a word about anything spiritual until this year. I'm 24. You know what I'm saying? And it took 24 years for him to feel comfortable enough to even say something as simple as, you know, the trees give you energy and give you life. You know what I'm saying? Like that was pretty much the gist of it. But I know he has had more experiences than that. And I'm hoping that it gets to a place where we can have these conversations because it's important. It's really important. But I'm signing off. You guys have a positive day and spread love and be kind. Please, please be kind. You know, please be kind. If you can help a stranger, please do so. You know, don't you don't I know sometimes it feels like you can help people and maybe they don't appreciate it. If you feel that way, help a stranger. Help somebody that you will never see again. And I tell people this all the time, that I love helping people that I don't know and that I will never see again. That I don't owe anything to, or I mean, you don't owe anything to anybody, but they don't feel like that I need to help them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes family and friends, they feel entitled to your assistance because you love them and your family, and you know you're supposed to do things, whatever. Strangers don't think that way. Getting help from a stranger is like a huge deal because strangers do not have to do anything for you. You guys don't have any ties, and it's a domino effect. You know, that's all that I want. So you guys just go out, be kind, and remember, the motto on our channel is what? It is what it is. Okay, so don't stress, don't worry. Whatever is meant to be is going to be, and nothing, and no man, no woman, no demon, no reptile, or no grasshopper that is faking as a human being is going to stop that. Okay, they are not going to prevent your growth, and they are not going to prevent your development. I need to get off this video, and I love you guys. Shouts out to that, and yeah. Oh, orange is an underrated color. Don't forget that. Bye, loves.